Hi, welcome to Starseed Rising 333. I'm glad you've tuned into this channel. If you do enjoy watching this video or reading, if you could please click the like button, subscribe or share, or just leave a comment. My reading today is for the divine feminines or any feminines that are watching this reading today. First of all, I'm just going to start with the energy of the moon and the phase it's in. I've got a card here, and we are in the first quarter moon. Okay, now on this card it says your commitment is being tested. So I'll just put it up to the camera here so you can have a look. Okay, and I'll just tell you a bit about the first quarter moon. In the lunar cycle, the first quarter moon comes between the new moon and the full moon. We need to see any dramas as a stepping stone to where we want to be. It can also be a time when we need to stay strong through the storm. And the affirmation for this is, I am committed to my dreams and move towards them with confidence. Now, before I continue, I just wanted to show you which oracle deck this card is from. It's from the Numerology oracle deck. Yeah. So if you are interested in Numerology, which covers about the moon, the phases of the moon, and so forth, it's a very good oracle deck to get. So okay, right. Now the planet of the day is Venus, and Venus covers the senses, which is the touch, smell, and taste. And it also rules Libra and Taurus. Libra is the seventh house on the astrology chart. It represents relationships and it rules the body parts, the diaphragm and kidneys. Taurus is the second house on the astrology chart and it represents money, finance, and possessions. And it rules the body parts, the throat and the neck. Now, so within those energies of the moon, being it, the first quarter moon, if you have a birth natal chart, you can check on the birth natal chart how these energies can affect you, as well if you are either Libra or Taurus cusp, or if that's your birth sign. Okay, so before I continue with the reading, I just want to just let you know what decks I'm going to be using today besides the Numerology cards deck. So I will be using the Numerology Oracle cards deck, so you can have a good look. I'll just push it towards the camera so you can have a look. Yeah, I will also be using the African Goddess Rising deck, so I hope you could see this as well. I will also be using the Daily Chrystal Oracle deck. Yeah, so I hope that's quite visible so you can see it as well. And finally, I will be using the Tarot deck as well, yeah, to give us final messages. Now, I did a reading yesterday for the divine masculine, and I'm just going to show you the books which I recommend that you can get if you are interested in astrology, um about the different planets, the transits, more about your birth sign. So I'm just going to show you a few books which I use, which is quite helpful, to help me grow spiritually, and give me more knowledge about my birth sign and so forth. um Right. So the one of the books I would recommend is this book here. It covers astrology. Yeah. Now there are lots of books, which cover that subject on the market. So you don't have to get this specific book, but this book I find is very helpful to me. Yeah. You can also get one on numerology, because as you go along your spiritual soul journey, or if you're just curious about numbers and what they mean and so forth, this is a very good book you can get. It's called The Little Book of Numerology, and it tells you a lot how to calculate your soul destiny, life path, and everything else, personality and so forth. So it's a very good book to have. Yeah, but as I said, there's lots of books that cover that subject on the market. Yeah. You could also get one on angel numbers as well, because as you go along your spiritual soul journey, you might see a lot of repetitive numbers like 777, 555, 222, 333, and that just gives you this book just gives you an understanding what these numbers mean. Okay. And let me just see if there's any other books I would recommend. Yes, I think that's the books that I would recommend you get. But as I said, there's lots of different books on the market, or you could even like borrow it from the library, okay, to read more about these subjects. Now, first of all, I'm going to start with the numerology deck, and I'm going to consult my ancestors just to find out what messages they have to give me for the divine feminine, for the collective. Okay, so I'm just going to just shuffle those cards and see what messages they have for us today. Okay, so dearly beloved ancestors, what messages you have for the okay, all right. Okay, so the card that popped out, it's about spirituality. It's the number here is 77. And when I'm doing tarot, I like to count the two numbers, which is 14, and then you add a 4 and a 1, that's a 5. And basically a 5 is about change. So, it could be about like our understanding of what spirituality is. We can see how it reflects us in our lives and so forth. And if you notice, there's a lot of purple hair. So it's really no, I would say this is more like indigo. Yeah. And the indigo sign, it's to do with the third eye, which is all about the subconscious mind, your intuition. Yeah. um okay. So yeah, so it's probably advising us as well that we need to do a lot of meditations in regards to the third eye, okay, where we can find answers from within. That is where this is the chakra that speaks to the soul, which is within us. Okay, so I'll just put that over here so you can see. And I'm just going to just read a little bit more about what this card means. So I'm just gonna... Okay, so This card indicates a need to enhance our connection to the divine, to improve our relationships with ourselves, as well as our quality of life. And it also says that we are not a human being having a spiritual experience. We are a spiritual being having a human experience. And our relationship with Source is our path to inner peace. And it's also saying that when we find our way to God, we find our way back home. So, the affirmation to this card is, my relationship with the divine is my path to inner peace. So this is a really beautiful advice it's giving us, yeah, as well as the affirmation. So, okay. So now I'm going to ask our ancestors um, what messages they have for the collective. Yeah. So, as I said, I'm going to be using the African Goddess Rising deck. Yeah. Just put it up there to the camera. Okay. Dearly beloved ancestors, what messages do you have for the divine feminine, the collective? Okay. Right. The first card that came out, it's it states grounding here. Okay. And it's by, or this message is from the goddess Soul She. Yeah, grounding. Yeah. So obviously that definitely means like you're doing grounding meditations, and you could use crystals like hematite, red jasper. You could also use smoky quartz as well, clear quartz, um, the Boji stones. Um, so there's quite a few crystals you can use during meditations if you, and I would associate grounding with the roots chakra, yet which is all to do with our health, stability, whether financial, our physical being, and so forth. And it's also good for um, our mental stability as well. Okay, so yeah, so I just want to put this card here, and let me just ask what are the messages they have for the collective. So okay, dear beloved ancestors, what extra messages you have? Okay, all right. The second one is from another ancestor. Okay, and it's Queen Ya Anastawa, and it's asking us to level up. If you can have a look here, yeah, hope you can see it. So I'm just going to refer to the booklet to see what does she mean by that, what we should be doing, yeah, as a collective, as a divine feminine. Okay, so I'm just going to put that there. Now, I've also noticed, because when I'm doing tarot, I like to count the numbers on the cards, and I noticed that this is the three. So this, I would suggest is unity with ourselves as well as obviously the divine, yeah. And we've got another we've got this one, would lead, which is a 12, and then when you add the 2 and the 1, that leaves to a 3, so we've got another 3 here as well, yeah. So I'm just going to put that there, and I'm just going to refer back to the booklet and see what messages this ancestor have for us. So I'm just going to have a look at page 39. Let's see. Okay, So anyway, so basically she was a mother, farmer, and a warrior queen who led the war of the Golden Stool. The Golden Stool throne of the Ashanti Empire holds the region Kra life force energy. So what she's basically asking us is to do is to raise our standards a leap forward to one, um, which is forward to our tribe. Our choices can raise the frequency of our community and the planet. Um, and she's basically saying this is a time for us to make that quantum leap. We are prepared for this. And the what she would like us to say to ourselves, the affirmation to this is divine timing is on our side. So we shouldn't be really worried about, like we missing anything or whatever like that. The divine is backing us all the way to the end. Yeah. And for those people, if you still a little bit curious to find out more about grounding, I can just refer to page 3, okay, and see what this goddess would like to tell us regarding the what more advice she'd like to give us, okay? So she is telling us to protect our magic. Our heart is our own, our body is our own, our mind is our own, our truth and story our is our own. Sorry, be rooted in our truth and create healthy boundaries. And the affirmation to that, she said, I am firmly planted and deeply rooted. So she's just saying that, that by grounding, we not only protecting ourselves, we protect our health, our beliefs, our spirituality, our practices, and so forth. So it's very beautiful advice here. And I'm just going to ask our ancestors one more advice regarding what else. Okay, what other message for the collective? Okay, okay, so we've got a Zuli Dantor and it's do etheric chords. So I'll just put the card just a bit closer to the camera. Yeah. And it lands on a 27. And obviously that means basically completion in tarot. Okay, so there you are. And 9 is also associated with the number 3 as well. So let me just refer back to the booklet and just see what it means by etheric chord. So I'm just going to page 27. Okay, so it's saying that I'll just tell you a little bit about her. All right, she was able to elbow with people during the Haitian Revolution to protect mothers' children. She represents the healing of the Dark Mother. And she's just telling us, if it isn't wholehearted love, release it. Remember your worth. So it's all about self-love, self-care, self-care, self-love, self-worth. And she's also says that the energy cords binding us and someone that we no longer wish to be attached to are very strong, and we should be willing to let it go. So it could be people, places, things, etc. And it's also saying that we should say to ourselves that I am worthy, compassionate, and whole. Um, and she's also telling us and advising us. She said that the same way how we, cleanse our physical grime, there is also grime in the form of energy cords. So she's saying that we should try to make sure that we cleanse, cut karmic ribbons, emotional cords, etheric cords, and to keep our spiritual maintenance up, and that will help us to do that, yeah, while we do these things. Okay, so I'm going to just just thank the ancestors, our ancestors, my ancestors, for giving the collective, the divine collective, as well as any women who are watching this reading at this present moment. Right. I'm just also going to refer to the tarot deck and see what extra messages our ancestors for have for us for the collective. Yeah. So, what other extra messages you have for the collective? Okay. So we've got the first card that came out is friendships. Yeah. If you could see here, and it's all about reunions, celebrations, parties, gatherings, festivals of happiness, weddings, engagements, and so forth. Um, and it's linked with the third eye. Okay, okay, and it's of um, Venus and also um, Cancer energy, and and to be honest with you, it is sort of linked with the first quarter moon, which, as I said, because Venus is the planet for the day. Okay, so I'm just going to push that on one side and just add it to this. I hope you can. Okay, let me just ask our ancestors if there's any other. Okay. Okay, we've got Ace of Wands. Okay, inspiration, new beginnings, good news, physical, starting something, creative spark, new initiatives. So that's the second card that came out for the divine feminine collective, or anyone that's watching this. Yeah. Um. Yeah. So it's all fire energy. And yeah, Leo, as well as Mars energy. And yeah, so, and it's linked with the crown chakra. Yeah, because wands is all about ideas, desires, and so forth. And I'm just going to ask our ancestors one more card for um maybe beloved ancestors. Okay, the next card I wanted to come out is King of Pentacles. Now, with tarot is it's non-gender. So the King of Pentacles, I'll just show it here. Yeah. Although, people will think it's just represented to a male's energy, but you see, we embody both male and female energies, yeah? So it's probably saying that, or stating that we are more operating in the um masculine energies of the King of Pentacles. And basically it's just saying that a grounded uh person, successful, like that's the energies. So even though we might not be where we are now, but it's still saying that we embody that source of energy, bettering ourselves, um not being a risk taker, is to do with um enterprise, business, which is linked with financial matters and so forth. Okay, it's basically to do with our financial security, which is linked to the roots chakra. Okay, so I'm just going to just put that here so these cards can be a bit visible to you. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm also going to ask now. our ancestors what number they have for us that we can. Okay, sorry, I've done that. So I'm just going to ask my ancestors what crystal, like they would like to advise the divine feminine, the collective, or anyone who is watching this reading to sort of use either to meditate, or they can use as a form of healing, I should say. All right, so I'm just going to just ask what crystal they would like us to use. So, ooh, something just popped up, but I'm just going to maybe I don't know this one. Okay. Oh, what a beautiful card that came up. So it's basically pink opal. So I'll just put it closer to the camera so you can have a look. Pink opal. So and the message here is, it says be kind to yourself. So I'm just going to just see what more, you know. Okay, I'm just going to see what other messages there is in the booklet regarding pink opal. Okay, it says cut yourself some slack. The way we talk about ourselves can either lift us up or tear us down. So be mindful of our internal dialogue. We should honor ourselves, be our own cheerleader, forgive ourselves, and remain the best friend through the ups and downs. We should make a conscious shift to speak of ourselves with more compassion, empathy, and kindness. We should treat ourselves as well as we would like to treat others, on the way we would expect others to treat us. It all starts with our inner voice by showing ourselves sensitivity, understanding, and gentleness. We should learn to be a bit kinder, more compassionate towards others as well. Okay, so it's just telling us that we should, try and love ourselves a bit more. We should honor ourselves, and it's just giving us something to just analyze, yeah, to say that, to write maybe what things that we love about ourselves, because a lot of the times that we try to heal people, but without um really taking time out for ourselves to see, what is like to appreciate, like, who we are as an individual, because we give so much time to others and not too much to ourselves. So it's a very beautiful, comforting message for us from our ancestors. Okay, so I'll just pop that here so you can have a look. Okay. And okay, so that's the message I have for you today for the first quarter moon. As I said, it's all about the message that came across was all about commitment, to be, if we're doing something or we're starting a business or whatever, that to be a bit more committed to what you're doing. That's what the message that's coming out today. And once again, thank you for tuning into this channel. If you do enjoy this reading, if you could please click the like button, subscribe or share, or just leave a comment. Thank you for watching. Thank you. Bye bye.